The people you surround yourself with, the habits you form, and the standards you set, these all shape the life you lead. If you want to achieve more, you need to raise your standards every day, because you get what you tolerate, not what you want. So if you're ready to take your life to the next level, let's look at 10 things you must work on every day to raise your standards and change your future. Let's get started. 1. Wake up with purpose. The way you start your day sets the tone for everything that follows. When you wake up, you have a choice to either let the day unfold however it wants or take control and set the course for success. As Hal Elrod, author of The Miracle Morning, wisely said, how you wake up each day and your morning routine, or lack thereof, will ultimately determine your success. If you want to change your life, it starts with your first moments of the day. The decisions you make when you open your eyes will shape the way you approach every single thing that comes afterward. Think about it. If you wake up groggy, hit snooze, and rush through your morning, you're essentially setting yourself up for a reactive day. Instead of being proactive and intentional, you're letting the world dictate your mood and energy. But when you wake up with purpose, you're starting your day on your terms. You're in control. Start by doing something simple, like making your bed. It may seem trivial, but as Admiral William McRaven once said, if you want to change the world, start by making your bed. That small act of discipline and order gives you a sense of accomplishment before you even leave your bedroom. It sends a message to yourself that you are capable of taking charge and doing things with intention. But don't stop there. Your morning routine should go beyond just a clean room. Spend a few minutes to center yourself mentally. Take time to reflect on your goals, meditate, or read something that inspires you. As Tony Robbins says, the quality of your life is the quality of your rituals. Your morning routine is the most important ritual of all, and it sets the stage for how you'll approach everything that comes after. A focused mind, a calm spirit, and an energized body all start with a purposeful morning. Physical activity can also be a game changer. Whether it's a quick workout, a short stretch, or a simple walk, getting your body moving helps clear your mind and fuels you for the day ahead. It doesn't need to be intense, just something that wakes you up and gets your blood pumping. The benefits are immediate: more energy, sharper focus, and a positive outlook for the rest of the day. By waking up with purpose, you're not just boosting your morning, you're creating a cycle of success. Each small action, whether it's making your bed, exercising, or focusing on your goals, contributes to building momentum for the rest of your day. Over time, these small actions compound, and the consistency of your effort will pay off in ways you can't even imagine yet. It's about discipline, it's about creating a pattern of success, and most importantly, it's about raising your standards for yourself. The better you make your mornings, the more you elevate the quality of your life. And remember, waking up with purpose isn't just a one-time thing, it's a commitment to yourself. It's a commitment to consistently showing up with the right mindset, the right energy, and the right intentions. Your mornings are the foundation of your day, and by starting each day with purpose, you're setting yourself up to succeed. Let your mornings be a reflection of your standards and watch how it transforms the rest of your life. 2. Cultivate consistency. Consistency is the secret ingredient behind every success story. It's not the big one-time efforts that get you results. It's the small actions repeated day in and day out. You don't need to make huge leaps every day to see progress. What matters most is showing up consistently, regardless of how you feel or what obstacles you face. Think about it. Anyone can work hard for a few days, but the real difference is made by those who keep going, even when motivation dips. The best way to raise your standards is to commit to doing something positive every single day, no matter how small it seems. Consistency creates momentum, and momentum drives you toward your goals. Start by setting a simple routine. It could be a few minutes of reading every day, taking a walk, or writing down your goals. The key is to make it a habit you stick to. It's not about doing something perfect or grand every time. It's about making that daily effort. Consistency builds discipline, and discipline builds character. When you make a commitment to yourself and follow through daily, you're sending a powerful message to your mind. This is who I am, and I do what I say I will do. Think about the gym, for example. You might not see immediate changes after a week, but when you keep showing up consistently, those small efforts compound over time, and before you know it, you're stronger, healthier, and more confident. It's the same with your goals, whether it's your career, relationships, or personal growth. By committing to consistent actions, you slowly but steadily move closer to where you want to be. And consistency doesn't just apply to work or fitness. It also means being consistent with your mindset. Start your day with positive affirmations, or take a moment to practice gratitude. These daily mental habits help to shape your outlook, making it easier to stay on track when challenges arise. Consistency in your thoughts and actions strengthens your ability to overcome obstacles and keep pushing forward. So raise your standards by making consistency your daily practice. Show up for your goals, for your health, and for yourself every day, no matter how small the step may seem. Consistency will ultimately be the foundation of your success, helping you build not just habits, but a life that reflects your highest standards. The key isn't to make big changes overnight, but to commit to the small, meaningful actions that move you forward each day. When you make consistency a non-negotiable part of your life, you'll see just how powerful it can be in transforming your future. 3. Manage your time wisely. Time is one of the most valuable resources you have, yet it's also one of the easiest to waste. You can always make more money, but you can never get back lost time. That's why learning to manage your time wisely is crucial if you want to raise your standards and achieve your goals. The successful don't have more time than anyone else. They simply use their time more effectively. Start by being intentional about how you spend your time each day. Begin with a clear plan for your day. What tasks you need to accomplish, which priorities must come first, and how much time you're willing to dedicate to each task. You'll be amazed at how much more you can get done when you stop letting your day unfold without purpose. The best way to raise your standards in time management is to respect your time and protect it like it's a precious asset, because in reality, it is. Try using time blocks to structure your day. Set aside specific periods to focus on particular tasks, whether it's work, exercise, or relaxation. During these blocks, give your full attention to that activity and eliminate distractions. For instance, turn off your phone, avoid checking emails, and focus solely on the task at hand. You'll be surprised at how much more efficient you become when you dedicate uninterrupted time to one thing. Another key aspect of managing your time wisely is learning to say no. Not everything that comes your way is worth your time. Many people fall into the trap of saying yes to too many things, and it ends up draining their time and energy. Be selective about what you say yes to and focus only on the activities and commitments that align with your goals and values. When you get clear on your priorities, it becomes much easier to recognize what deserves your attention and what can be let go. In addition, take regular breaks to recharge. It might sound counterintuitive, but taking short breaks actually increases productivity. When you work nonstop, your focus starts to fade and your output diminishes. Giving yourself permission to step away from your work for a few minutes allows you to come back with fresh energy and a clear mind. It's all about working smarter, not harder. Lastly, make sure to carve out time for rest and recovery. Managing your time isn't just about work. It's about creating a balanced life where you make time for the things that matter most to you, including your relationships, hobbies, and downtime. This balance ensures that you stay energized and motivated, ready to tackle whatever comes next. When you manage your time wisely, you show that you respect both yourself and your goals. It's a clear sign that you value the time you have and understand that every moment is an opportunity to move closer to your dreams. Time management is an essential part of raising your standards because how you spend your time is ultimately a reflection of what you're committed to achieving. Take control of your time and you'll take control of your life. 4. Commit to lifelong learning. One of the most powerful habits you can develop is the commitment to lifelong learning. The world is constantly changing, and in order to stay ahead, you need to constantly be evolving and improving. As the great Albert Einstein said, once you stop learning, you start dying. This might sound dramatic, but it's the truth. Growth, both personal and professional, only happens when you are actively seeking new knowledge and pushing yourself to learn more. Learning doesn't just happen in classrooms or through formal education. It's a mindset. Every day presents an opportunity to learn something new, whether it's from a book, a podcast, a conversation, or even your own experiences. The key is to make learning an everyday priority. If you want to raise your standards, you must embrace a mindset of curiosity and continuous growth. Start by dedicating a small portion of your day to learning. It could be reading a few pages of a book, listening to a podcast during your commute, or watching educational videos. There's no need to rush. Just commit to gaining new knowledge regularly. It doesn't matter if it's related to your career, personal development, or a completely new subject. The point is to engage your brain and expand your understanding of the world around you. Lifelong learning also means being open to feedback and new ideas. It's easy to get stuck in your ways and think you know it all, but the most successful people are those who stay humble and open to learning from others. Whether it's feedback from a mentor, constructive criticism at work, or simply learning from your own mistakes, taking an open-minded approach helps you grow faster. It's also important to challenge yourself. Don't just stick to what's comfortable or familiar. Try learning something outside your area of expertise. Push your boundaries and step outside your comfort zone. This not only broadens your knowledge, but also builds your confidence and resilience. The more you stretch your abilities, the higher your standards will become. Investing in your education doesn't always require spending money. There are countless free resources available online, from courses to webinars, blogs to forums. Take advantage of these opportunities and find what resonates with you. Even if it's something small, a new skill, a fresh perspective, or an idea that shifts your mindset, it's all valuable. By committing to lifelong learning, you're setting a higher standard for yourself. You're showing that you're not satisfied with where you are right now. You want to keep growing and improving. This mindset of constant learning ensures that you're always evolving, staying relevant, and positioning yourself for success in any area of your life. So, embrace the journey of learning and make it a habit every day. When you raise your standards for knowledge, you raise your potential for greatness. 5. Practice self-discipline. Self-discipline is the cornerstone of any successful life. It's the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. As Jim Rohn famously said, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Without self-discipline, even the best intentions can fall flat. It's easy to make plans, set goals, and talk about what you want to achieve, but none of it will happen if you lack the discipline to follow through. Self-discipline isn't about depriving yourself or being overly strict. It's about making decisions that align with your values and your long-term goals, even when immediate gratification or distractions try to steer you off course. It's about mastering the small habits that lead to big results. In fact, it's the consistency of small, disciplined actions that ultimately leads to massive success. One of the first steps in developing self-discipline is recognizing your weak spots. What are the things you struggle with? Is it procrastination, losing focus, giving in to distractions? Once you understand where you tend to fall short, you can start creating systems to counteract those tendencies. For example, if you tend to procrastinate, break down tasks into smaller, more manageable steps. This way, you're not overwhelmed by a big task and you have a clear path forward. If distractions are an issue, create an environment that supports your focus. Turn off notifications, set boundaries with others, or designate a specific space for work. Another important aspect of self-discipline is being able to delay gratification. It's easy to give in to the temptation of immediate pleasure, but true success comes from being able to focus on long-term goals, even when there's something easier or more enjoyable right in front of you. This could mean choosing to study instead of scrolling through social media, or prioritizing exercise over binge watching your favorite TV show. Every time you choose discipline over instant pleasure, You strengthen your resolve and move closer to your goals. It's also essential to create routines that reinforce your self-discipline. Successful people have daily rituals that they don't negotiate on, whether it's waking up at a certain time, sticking to a workout schedule, or setting aside time for personal growth. These routines help you stay on track and eliminate the need to constantly make decisions. The fewer decisions you have to make about what to do and when, the easier it becomes to maintain discipline. Self-discipline doesn't mean being perfect. It means being consistent. You won't always feel motivated to do the right thing, but your discipline will carry you through those times. It's about building habits that stick even when your willpower is low. Over time, self-discipline becomes second nature. You stop relying on motivation because you've trained your mind and body to stick to your commitments no matter what. Raising your standards starts with raising your level of self-discipline. It's about showing up for yourself, doing the work even when it's hard, and following through with your promises, no matter how small they seem. When you practice self-discipline daily, you're not just building a successful life, you're building a life of integrity, purpose, and accomplishment. The more disciplined you become, the more you'll realize that your dreams aren't as far out of reach as you once thought. They're just waiting for you to show up and put in the work. 6. Surround yourself with positive influences. The people you spend your time with have a huge impact on your life. Jim Rohn famously said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." This means that the individuals you associate with influence your mindset, energy, and overall life direction. If you want to raise your standards, it's crucial to surround yourself with people who challenge you to grow, inspire you to be better, and support your goals. Think about it. If you're constantly surrounded by people who are negative, lazy, or complacent, you're more likely to adopt those same habits and attitudes. On the other hand, if you surround yourself with motivated, driven individuals who push you to be the best version of yourself, you're much more likely to adopt their mindset and habits. Start by evaluating your current circle. Are the people you're spending time with lifting you up or holding you back? Are they encouraging you to pursue your goals, or do they fill your head with doubts? It's not about cutting people off, but about being mindful of who influences you. Positive relationships should be built on mutual respect, growth, and support. Seek out individuals who inspire you, challenge your thinking, and motivate you to step up your game. This could be mentors, colleagues, friends, or even people you follow online. Surrounding yourself with people who hold high standards will help you hold yourself to those same standards. You'll begin to think bigger, work harder, and push yourself further because you're constantly seeing what's possible. It's also important to create an environment that supports your success. This doesn't just mean the people around you, but also the spaces you inhabit. Make sure your home, work environment, and even your digital space are conducive to productivity and positivity. When your surroundings reflect the high standards you're setting for yourself, you'll find it easier to stay focused and motivated. Additionally, be intentional about the media you consume. The books, podcasts, TV shows, and social media accounts you follow all contribute to your mindset. If you fill your mind with negativity or trivial content, it will drain your energy and focus. But if you invest in uplifting, educational, and inspiring content, you'll continuously feed your mind with the tools you need to grow. Remember, you're not just influenced by others. You also have the power to influence those around you. Be the person who brings positivity, energy, and inspiration into your relationships. When you hold yourself to high standards and surround yourself with others who do the same, you create a circle of influence that will propel you forward toward your goals. Raising your standards means raising the level of the people you associate with. The people you allow into your life should support and align with your aspirations. By intentionally surrounding yourself with positive influences, you'll find that you naturally rise to meet the higher expectations set by those around you. Choose your circle wisely, because the right people will push you to levels you never thought possible. 7. Set clear and achievable goals. One of the most effective ways to raise your standards is by setting clear and achievable goals. Without goals, you're essentially drifting through life, hoping for success, but not having a clear path to get there. As Zig Ziglar once said, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Setting goals gives you direction, focus, and a measurable way to track your progress. Start by getting crystal clear on what you want to achieve. Whether it's related to your career, health, finances, or personal development, having a clear goal is essential. But don't just set vague goals like, I want to be successful or I want to get in shape. Be specific. For example, I want to lose 10 pounds in the next 3 months, or I want to increase my sales by 20% this quarter. The more specific and measurable your goals are, the easier it will be to track your progress and stay motivated. Once you've set your main goals, break them down into smaller, manageable tasks. This is key to making your big goals feel achievable. By breaking your goals down into smaller steps, you'll create a roadmap that helps you stay on track. You can set daily, weekly, or monthly objectives that build towards your bigger goal. This gives you small wins along the way, which helps maintain motivation and keeps you from feeling overwhelmed by the larger picture. It's also important to be realistic with your goals. While it's great to dream big, setting goals that are too ambitious or unrealistic can lead to frustration and burnout. Instead, make sure your goals are challenging but still achievable. When you set yourself up for success with realistic milestones, you build confidence and stay engaged in the process. Another essential aspect of goal setting is to make them time-bound. A goal without a deadline is just a wish. Without a clear timeline, you'll likely put things off and lose momentum. Deadlines create urgency and help you stay accountable. Whether it's a monthly target, a 6-month deadline, or a year-long goal, giving yourself a time frame ensures you stay focused and move forward with purpose. Lastly, regularly review your goals and progress. Life is unpredictable, and sometimes you'll need to adjust your goals as circumstances change. The key is to stay flexible but committed. Check in with yourself regularly, weekly, monthly, or quarterly, and assess where you are in relation to your goals. Celebrate the progress you've made, and if necessary, adjust your plan to get back on track. Setting clear, achievable goals raises your standards by giving you something concrete to strive for. When you have a well-defined goal, it's easier to prioritize your actions, manage your time, and focus your energy on what really matters. Goals not only provide a sense of purpose, but also hold you accountable. As you achieve them, you'll naturally raise your standards, expecting more of yourself and continuing to set higher and higher benchmarks. When you set and achieve meaningful goals, you are proving to yourself that you're capable of anything you set your mind to. 8. Embrace failure as a learning opportunity. Failure is often seen as something to avoid, but in reality, it's one of the most powerful tools for growth. As Thomas Edison famously said, "I have not failed, I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." The truth is, you will face setbacks, mistakes, and challenges on your path to success. But instead of seeing these as failures, you need to reframe them as opportunities to learn and grow. When you raise your standards, you naturally push yourself out of your comfort zone, and with that comes the risk of failure. But what separates successful people from those who never reach their full potential is how they respond to failure. Instead of allowing it to hold them back, they use it as a stepping stone to greater achievement. Failure is not a reflection of your abilities or worth, it's simply feedback that shows you what you need to improve. The first step in embracing failure is to change your mindset. Rather than fearing failure, see it as part of the process. Every time you fail, you learn something valuable that will help you succeed next time. Each mistake teaches you more about your strengths, weaknesses, and what works and what doesn't. As long as you're learning from your failures, you're moving forward, even when it feels like you're taking a step back. Another important lesson in embracing failure is not to take it personally. It's easy to feel like you've failed as a person when something doesn't go your way, but remember, failure is an event, not an identity. You are not defined by your failures, but by how you respond to them. If you can bounce back from failure, adapt, and keep pushing forward, you will build resilience and strength. Additionally, don't be afraid to fail fast. Many people avoid trying new things because they're afraid of failing. But the most successful people take risks and fail quickly so they can learn, adjust, and try again. The longer you wait or avoid failure, the longer it will take you to reach your goals. Embrace failure as part of the journey, not something to be feared. Keep in mind that failure is often a sign that you're on the right path. It means you're challenging yourself, taking risks, and stepping outside your comfort zone. If you're not failing, you're likely not pushing yourself hard enough. The key is to fail forward. Fail in a way that you can learn from and use as a stepping stone to success. As you raise your standards, expect to face more challenges and setbacks. But remember, each failure is a lesson that will guide you closer to your goals. The more you embrace failure and learn from it, the more resilient and capable you become. Success doesn't come from avoiding failure. It comes from learning how to overcome it. When you stop fearing failure and start using it to fuel your growth, you'll find that nothing can stop you from reaching your highest potential. 9. Practice gratitude daily. Gratitude is a powerful tool that can transform your mindset, improve your relationships, and even boost your productivity. It's easy to focus on what's wrong in your life, especially when you're chasing bigger goals, but the simple act of practicing gratitude every day can shift your perspective and raise your standards. As Oprah Winfrey wisely said, "Be thankful for what you have. You'll end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never ever have enough." When you start practicing gratitude regularly, you begin to shift your focus from what's lacking to what's already abundant in your life. This mindset shift is key to raising your standards because when you appreciate what you have, you naturally open yourself up to even more good things. Gratitude teaches you to be present and mindful of the small victories and blessings in your life, helping you to stay grounded as you work toward bigger achievements. To practice gratitude, set aside a few minutes each day to reflect on the things you're thankful for. You can do this by keeping a gratitude journal where you write down 3 things you're grateful for each day. They don't have to be big things. Maybe it's the support of a friend, a beautiful sunset, or a moment of quiet in a busy day. The key is to consistently recognize the positive aspects of your life, no matter how small. Another way to practice gratitude is through positive affirmations. Each day, take a moment to express gratitude for yourself and your progress. Say things like, "I am grateful for my health and strength," or "I am thankful for the opportunities I have to grow." This reinforces a positive mindset and helps you stay focused on the things that matter most, which aligns perfectly with raising your standards. Gratitude also has the power to improve your relationships. When you express gratitude to others, whether it's thanking a colleague for their hard work or acknowledging a family member for their support, it strengthens your bonds and creates an environment of mutual respect and appreciation. People naturally want to be around those who express gratitude, and this positive energy can help you build a strong support system as you work to achieve your goals. Additionally, practicing gratitude can reduce stress, improve your emotional health, and even increase your resilience. When you're focused on what you're thankful for, it's harder for negativity to take over. You start to see challenges as opportunities for growth rather than roadblocks, which helps you stay motivated and on track, even when things get tough. By making gratitude a daily practice, you not only raise your standards for how you view the world, but also create an environment that attracts more success, happiness, and fulfillment. Gratitude fosters an attitude of abundance, and when you adopt that mindset, you're more likely to take action toward your goals with positivity and confidence. The more you practice gratitude, the more you'll realize that it's not just about what you get. It's about how you appreciate and embrace the journey. 10. Stay committed to personal growth. Personal growth is a lifelong journey, and it's essential to commit to it every single day. As Brian Tracy once said, "The key to success is to focus our conscious mind on things we desire, not things we fear." If you want to raise your standards, you have to focus on becoming the best version of yourself. Personal growth isn't something you achieve overnight. It's a continual process of learning, self-reflection, and improvement. Start by setting a clear vision for who you want to become. What does your ideal self look like? What habits, skills, and mindset do you need to develop to reach your highest potential? Once you have a clear vision, break it down into daily actions. Every small step you take, whether it's reading, learning a new skill, or practicing a new habit, is a step closer to becoming the person you aspire to be. One of the most important aspects of personal growth is self-awareness. The more you understand yourself, the way you think, your emotions, your strengths, and your weaknesses, the better equipped you are to make intentional changes. Regular self-reflection through journaling or meditation can help you gain insights into your thoughts and behaviors, allowing you to make adjustments that align with your goals. Being aware of your progress and setbacks helps you stay motivated and adjust your approach as needed. Another critical aspect of personal growth is resilience. You will face obstacles, challenges, and setbacks along the way, but your ability to stay committed to growth during tough times is what will set you apart. Embrace challenges as opportunities to learn and improve. As you build your resilience, you'll be able to bounce back from failure faster and continue moving forward, no matter how difficult the path may seem. Additionally, take responsibility for your own development. Don't wait for external circumstances or other people to push you forward. Invest time in learning, whether it's through books, podcasts, online courses, or seeking mentorship. Surround yourself with people who inspire and challenge you to grow, and be open to receiving feedback. By actively seeking opportunities for growth, you show yourself that you are committed to becoming the best version of yourself. Staying committed to personal growth means that you never settle for where you are. It's about constantly raising your own bar. The more you invest in your growth, the more your standards will naturally rise. Personal growth is not about perfection, it's about progress, and each step you take, no matter how small, is part of your ongoing transformation. When you stay committed to personal growth, you're continuously evolving, improving your mindset, and elevating your capacity to achieve great things. You're not just raising your standards. You're creating a life that reflects those higher standards. By making personal growth a priority every day, you'll build a life of purpose, fulfillment, and success. It's the most important investment you'll ever make. We're almost at the end of the video, and now it's time to take action and change your life. Drop a comment below and let me know that you're ready to change, no matter how tough the journey might be. I'll be reading each of your comments, and I'll feature one of the most inspiring ones right here on our channel. If you're looking for daily motivation that pushes you to the next level, hit that subscribe button and join us on this journey.